Australia's first female Prime Minister.
She never wanted children or marriage. She has never had to make room for the frustrating demands and magnificent responsibilities of caring for little babies, picking up sick children from school, raising teenagers, not to mention the needs of a husband or partner.
Bill Heffernan after he made that remark about the now Deputy Prime Minister, Julia Gillard, being deliberately barren.
She's going to go down the sewer.
A student lurking behind the crowd throws a sandwich, hitting his target.
On her first trip west, an egg thrower gave the Prime Minister a cracking welcome.
I can't remember a thing from the debate, just those earlobes.
A white suit jacket she often favours has an uncomfortable-looking fastening that causes her stomach and sides to flare out in an unflattering manner. Another favourite suit, with its shiny striped fabric and piping, looks like a pair of pyjamas.
Julia Gillard's father died earlier this month.
Another day of shame for a government which should already have died of shame.
Mr Pengilly described Julia Gillard as a dog,
offering this comment on the Prime Minister.
Your name is not Julia, but Julia.
The people that elected this bloody bitch in. It's the witch!
Loathing and contempt.
I'm putting her in a chaff bag and hoisting her to the Tasman Sea.
It is absolutely laughable. The woman's off her tree. And quite frankly, they should shove her and Bob Brown in a chaff bag and take them as far out to sea as they can and tell them to swim home.
Not coincidentally, the Liberal Club dinner auctioned a chaff bag jacket signed by the broadcaster.
It's designed for non-productive old cows. Julia Gillard's got to watch out. This was apparently met with laughter.
All of these blinking, bleeding heart Labor lawyers from here on in, screaming bloody hypocrites they are. They ought to be out there kicking her to death.
If anybody had the opportunity to slit Julia Gillard's throat...
Oh, yes, Julia.
Yes.
The beautiful Julia Gillard.
Well, beautiful? Oh, dear.
I was being sarcastic.
Oh, I see.
She can't help it.
I know. I mean, none of us can help what we look like. That's very true.
But do you think the parents could have done some sort of preventative, like, you know, we are both too ugly to produce children, so we won't.
You've got a big ass, Julia. Just get on.
Are you suggesting to me that when it comes from Julia, no doesn't mean no? If the Prime Minister wants to make, politically speaking, an honest woman of herself...
An obscene description of the Prime Minister's body on a menu at a Liberal Party fundraiser.
Among the items on the menu, Julia Gillard Kentucky fried quail, small breasts, huge thighs and a big red box.
Tim's gay.
Well,
no, that's not me saying it, that's a myth.
Well, that's absurd.
Yeah, but you hear it. He must be gay, he's a hairdresser.
Someone even wrote on a news website she should be assassinated.
This is a misanthrope. This is a woman who plainly hates Rudd, hates Abbott, and hates men. Anyone visiting the country would believe this was a person who is seriously in need of emotional and psychological help. Another one says, please, don't have that lying bitch on your program again. I had to move the dial to another station.
Look, I can say this, but you can't. She's a menopausal monster, and she needs to resign.
The Australian taxpayer even pays for the toilet paper she uses. Does she go down to the chemist to buy the tampons? Or is the Australian taxpayer paying for those as well? In my opinion, Julia Gillard is a piece of crap.
With any of the Prime Ministers, most of them can only lay claim to one or two big legacies, two big items. Julia Gillard potentially has the NDIS, education reform, the Murray-Darling Basin Agreement, the paid parental leave, the NBN and the carbon tax.
All of it juggled through a really, really difficult parliament. I mean, she was very impressive. I think she achieved an extraordinary amount.
She was treated appallingly. I mean, some of the language that was used about the Prime Minister was just absolutely disgusting, and nobody should have to tolerate that, whoever they are.